Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to my first podcast, my little podcast. Talking is Magic. I'm your host, Helmi Wira Tahta Haikal, and with me, my guest, Raffi Hermando Pacquer Rahmat. And today we are going to talk about fear of missing out, or FOMO for short. Now, Raffi Hermando, what do you think?
Okay.
Why does people have, FOMO behavior?
I think it's about the current generation, like wanting to be keep up to date with the current events, right? Because they have a lot of friends, and then like, oh, I want the same thing as my friend has, so we can talk about it together. It's like the old times when you talk to your friends, and it's like, oh, did you watch the last night movie or episode about this cartoon or this movie or this show? I think it's the same as that, but with the current gen, it's about buying things like, oh my god, or going to places normally.
Right. It is something like I want to do something that my friends or other people do, right? It's like some base kind of or actually rooted from jealousy of some sorts, right? And
It's
yeah, and sadly it is pretty rampant in our economy, in our every aspect of our life, Like in economy, in games even. Do you have any I don't know which example. Do you have any example of where FOMO is pretty much the reason why they are successful?
I mean, if we're talking about games or like movies in general, with like the current FOMO is going normally on those directions, like where we want to watch movies like with our friends, so we don't get leaked or spoiled with the, for example, the last year about the Avengers Endgame. Like, oh my god, I really want to watch Endgame, or I really want to, so I can talk it with my friends, or so I don't get spoiled by the internet. Or
Mm.
if it in game, we can put it, for example, as like, if you play most of the current game trending ones, such as Valorant or Apex or the new Helltaker,
Helldiver.
those things can Helldivers, yeah, okay. Those things can lead to FOMO because, like, oh my god, my friends are playing it, so I want also to join them. Or
Mm-hmm.
Tekken also. Tekken is quite huge currently.
I see. I see. So it pretty much the FOMO pretty much based from their own fan base because they have some kind of loyalty to their game. Is that what you mean,
I,
Herman?
no, I wouldn't take it as loyalty.
Hmm.
So I still want to be on their friends group. I still wanted to be in the circle.
Oh, but you probably don't want to miss any kind of context, right? When you hang
Ah,
out.
that's absolutely right.
Okay, okay. So pretty much it's like that. FOMO pretty much derived from you, uh, makes you want to be in the spotlight with your friends every time, right? Because uh, you don't want to have some missing context because when people joke about it and you don't know the reason to, you probably feel bad about it. I guess that's pretty much the reason why people have FOMO in the first place. Uh,
Normally about it, you have one people that is so popular in the community. You put one human in that spot, and the least uh, popular one will follow it because, like, oh, the popular one is doing it, so I must follow him. So in order to increase my followers or my popularity, so I can be also on par with the guy on the top. So I feel like FOMO is like currently is just a way to make yourself a way to make yourself
More
popular,
trendy.
I guess.
Yeah. I guess
Yeah, true.
yeah. I guess for that same reason why a lot of company try to follow with Fortnite, right? Fortnite
Yeah.
bring the first battle pass in the gaming industry, and because of the success of that battle pass from Fortnite, a lot of video games right now, such as Dota, Overwatch, and so on and so forth, is following that same format. And battle pass, if you don't know, dear viewers, is something that uh, exists in per season, or let's say 3 months, and when that 3 months is over, you cannot get the same content ever again. Guess that induce some FOMO. Do you agree with me, Mr. Mando?
As a Dota player, I wouldn't let so Fortnite battle let slide. We had Dota is the first game that had battle pass. It is recorded in like 2003, if I remember correctly. It's the first time when they make we make a battle pass so we could bring our international tournament prize pool up. That went so popular. So other games started making battle passes. Yeah, that is FOMO if I think so, because like, oh my god, this game is making huge profit margin with this content. Why can't we also bring it to our game? Now the current FOMO is like on industries. It's like, oh my god, this game is so popular. I should copy it and make it in our game. Make it our make it our style of game, which we can see at Dota. They imported Dota was first made, and then League of Legends also made. That is not FOMO. That is that is just the normal history of both of the games. But after that, we got into the mobile side of the two of those mobile games, which is like Mobile Legends and then Arena of Valors, Honor of Kings, and all of the MOBAs was on that like 2005, 15 or 2018 age, and it comes down to now, and it's still happening. Most of the companies out there are still milking out of MOBAs because like, oh my god, MOBA is so easy to make because you only make a hero, you sell the skin, you get profit from the skin. Skins are not that hard to make.
Yeah, I do agree with you there, Hermano.
It goes on with the battle pass also, I think, because battle pass is mostly currently it's only skins and stuff and currency in the game. We take we can take Dota. Dota makes a lot of skins and all of the things such as like chat wheel or emotes normally. We go into Valorant where they also have sprays, stickers, and also skins. We go into Apex. They also have skins. They also have emotes. It's a lot of general thing, but most of the times battle pass aren't that worth it, in my opinion. As someone who as someone who normally spends their money on games, battle pass are not something that is worth it unless
Hmm.
they give some of the currencies back, like such as Fortnite and Apex. What are they doing right now is quite good because it gives the currency back, so you can buy the battle passes in the future, which is profitable for the players. But the skins are not really good in Apex. In other side, Fortnite is better at the skins. If I can talk about how worth it will the battle pass be.
Mm-mm. I guess that's true, Hermando. I do agree with you, but you know, whether the battle pass is good or not, it's still inducing FOMO to the players, right? Because for the battle passes, they only last for a few months, and that few months is when that few months is out, that battle pass is going to be gone, and every single content, skins, currency, and whatever they have trying to offer is going to be gone for good. This is probably the reason why FOMO is pretty common in gamers, and or anyone who have experience in video game industry. Uh, let's try to move on with the topic if you're fine with it, Hermando.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, so moving on about the FOMO, do you think FOMO have its ups, benefits and disadvantage in regards to human behavior?
For human behavior, FOMO has, some some FOMO has been dictating our lives normally because like if I with the current events, some of the games we were talking about or some of the movies we're talking about are quite they bring hype. FOMO brings hype. That's the good part of it. But on the other side, FOMO is not really good if you have some problem with financial issues or you have some, especially finance, if I can talk about it, because FOMO brings a lot of of your budget because you need to buy things or you need to watch things so that spends money.
Like promoting consumerism,
And
right, Hermando?
yeah, yeah, true. It's so it spends a lot. You'll spend a lot if you keep going with the flow. As for myself, I like exclusive things. Exclusive things are like addictive to me. But on other side, I won't spend a lot of money on it because some of them are unbearably not cheap. It's so expensive.
True, true. Yeah. Are you talking, Hermando? I see your mouth move, but
No,
okay. Yeah, for the FOMO, it has a lot of influence in our life right now, whether it
yeah,
is in our social skill, in our economy, in our even our let's say entertainment industry, because it promotes consumerism and consumerism promotes wasteful behavior, right? So it is have some upside, which is that as Hermandos have said, promote what is it? Promote the game, promote hype, which is positive behavior in human, but it is again very wasteful if you don't have any financial budget, if you and you are induced by the FOMO, because FOMO, fear of missing out, makes you want to do it even more. I guess we
it,
do you want to add something, Hermando?
if we can talk about something that is started from nothing and becomes really good, we can talk about Among Us. Among Us was nothing at the start, dude.
True,
But
true.
when some guy like the stream, some guy stream with their friends, the whole internet jumped down on it. Holy crap!
Yeah.
It becomes like one of the most popular games. It started as nothing and it became a world greatest game at the time. It becomes the one of the game of the year.
Yeah, then everyone starts talking about it over and over again in every aspect of the media, which is very incredible and pretty much the golden goose egg of the FOMO that we have talked about. It is so incredible just because of one popular action enough to influence almost the whole world in playing the video game of Among Us. That's very thank you, Hermando. That is very insightful. Okay, if it's fine with you, Hermando, we are going to move to our last topic regarding FOMO, which is
Go ahead.
how do we, as a human, as species of social, right, to avoid being engulfed by FOMO every single time.
I feel that's that's it. It starts with your mind. I'm gonna I'm gonna miss out on my friends if I don't do this, if I don't buy this stuff. It will eat your brain out. It will slowly go down and then like it makes this is the thing about FOMO. It makes you on the on the grade of like you're gonna follow someone just because they do it, right?
Yeah.
So if you do it, it will keep you on the status of I'm gonna follow this guy, I'm gonna follow this girl because of they do it. So you won't be able to become yourself because like you just keep following things. Sometimes a trend is good because like if you feel like oh some guy's makeup is good or some guy's like a shirt is good, it's good. But if I can talk about one of the most overhyped things in Indonesia currently, FOMO is Erigo apparel. It's quite the FOMO about people like, oh, I want to buy this shirt. It's the same shirt. It's the same piece of shirt you wear every day. It has no difference than other brands. But because everyone was using it, and then and then their brains are eaten. If they cannot hold themselves to not buy it, it will become nothing. It become as the same brand as the same shirt brands over and over and over. But
Mm.
since people cannot hold themselves up, it becomes amazingly hyped. So currently, the main problem is within our minds because we just don't want. We're still wanted to be in the group of we're in. Like if you have a friend social group like that is really likes to buy stuff, right? Really likes to buy stuff, and then they promote, oh, like oh, this food is so good. Oh, this game is so good. Oh, this shirt is so good. It will make you think like, oh my god, I'm missing out of something in my life, which is not really. You don't. Sometimes you don't really need it. So about 50% of the current people, the current human spendings right now, as our generation did, is 50% is about things that we don't actually need. That's quite a huge stats if you think about it. 50%, you're spending 50% of your money to buy something that is not really useful in your life.
Mm.
So if you think about, oh my God, the groups in my circle, the friends in my circle, everyone has this, but I don't. Oh my God, so I have to buy it in order to keep myself relevant in the group. No, you don't. If you don't, if I feel like one day, one day maybe you'll regret it because oh my God, I'm spending so much money on this thing, and this thing just died down. It's a common occurrence if you think about it. So if you can control yourself, which is the best thing about FOMO, is then you'll stay out of it. But if you can't, then good luck.
Okay. Basically, what you say is to have self control in yourself regarding the life of other people, right?
Yeah, don't get carried away. That's the easiest.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's that's how I guess to circumvent FOMO in our life, to understand whether you need it or not, whether it will make you regret in the future or not, and believe in yourself that you don't need to do something to stay relevant, to stay on top of the I guess the hierarchy of social
Yeah,
hierarchy.
that
You just need to be yourself, focus on yourself, and believe in yourself in that friend group or your social hierarchy, that you will not be washed away by the crowd of doing something new, but instead try to be yourself, be proud of yourself, and not be carried away by the wave of FOMO. Is there anything you want to add again, Mr. Mando, before we close out?
if they don't accept you for who you are, in my opinion,
Sorry, you got cut off there, Mando.
okay. The signal is not good. Okay. If they don't accept for you who you are in the group, just try to filter them out of your life because you are you. they don't dictate your life.
That's true. Okay, I think that is all for this podcast of fear of missing out, or FOMO for short. And this is my little podcast, Talking is Magic. Thank you for Raffi, Hermando, Pacquer, Rahmat for entertaining my audiences. And thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.